This is just enlightenment, especially for the students. This is, as you can see, this is life sciences research. The two very important life sciences research comes to botany and zoology. So this is challenges and prospects. It doesn't mean that we are coming in seminar and we don't get anything. We should learn something, and because we are youngsters, and come up with those challenges and prospects. Okay. So I'll come in very brief. So this is conservation of endangered forestry species. It doesn't mean I'll be only with forestry species. I'll touch many aspects also, but main is conservation of endangered. Why endangered? This is very important because we have a biodiversity and biodiversity, diverse, and that is very important to keep the earth healthy. And that's why we need to understand food chain. This is very, very important. That's why I'm talking to endangered. You break one chain, that it means one species is gone, it is another species will also go away. I mean to say food chain is very, very important, and that should be taken care in biodiversity. That's why I'm going to talk about endangered. This is the challenges and prospects what we take. Now we see the loss of key functional species from the forest system will reduce certain goods and services. This is very important. See, loss of one species vanishes another. If one species goes away, the other will also go away. How? That we should understand, because it is a pressure, human pressure. You see, human pressure is making a continuous purpose for economic development, and that will fire alarms. It raises you. Come on, wake up, because they tell us about the problems in our home. Endangered, still we are not late. If we listen to the alarm calls, they could help us to improve our health of the earth. If earth is there, healthy earth is there, we are there. So it means that a species or a plant or animal that is immediate danger and becoming extinct, now that endangered will become extinct. What I mean to say, extinct is very dangerous. Threatened is okay. A species likely to become endangered, you can say, but when it is in danger, that will become extinct. Means endangered means there is still time. There are a lot of species. Extinct has gone away. There are a lot of extinct species gone away. See, loss of these birds, dusky seaside sparrow died in 1987. You can see it's gone away from the earth. It will never come back. Whatever you do. But endangered tells that still we have time. Well, just one example, you can see this. Lion-tailed macaque in Western Ghats in South India. It has been poached. The parents are being killed to save the small kid and save them, poachers. Now this is endangered. It's still time. But we are not awakened for all these things. You can see this is in Arunachal Pradesh, especially here. When we talk of tree, not I'm talking of animals. When I talk of tree, this is one tree called Dikang. Gymnocladus asamicus. Have you heard? This Dikang is so important, it's endemic to this place, but now endangered. Early days, this is very important just because it has own saponin content, like Rita. Okay, and this people used to take pots. Olden days, you go to this, many Adi communities are there using these pots. These pots are used to wash their hands, their hairs. It is having a lot of medicinal value, like dandruff, it doesn't come, skin remains healthy, hair becomes long. You can see those old ladies from this Adi community, they have black hairs because they are using, this is thinking, but it is highly medicinal, it is injured. So, like this, the reason for that one, a lot. I'm not taking only one reason, that deforestation, there are a lot of. Due to deforestation excess, climate change, due to climate change, there's a lot of global warming and so on and so on and so. We need to take care because India is having a mega biodiversity. See, mega diversity, how much? We have still, I'm talking of India now, 2.4% of the land of the total geographical area. Then still we have how much? You see, 7 to 8% of species of plant and animal, 47,000 of plants, 96,000 of animals, and out of 34 global hotspot, 4 is in India. And among that one, we are one of them, Northeast. We have Western Ghats, we have Nicobar Islands, we have Himalayas, but still we are having a hotspot here. Meaning, this is the problem. The problem rises where? For endangered, the problem rises. This you can see. By 2025, we are 8 billion. By 2050, we are how much? 9.2 billion. See, the earth has same land. Land will not increase. Resources will not increase. We people are increasing. When we people are increasing, anthropogenic pressure, this pressure makes the use of natural resources. And that's why the things become endangered. Food chains. I'm talking of food chain. I'll come to that species, the endangered species. You can see among that growth population here, that still Asia, yeah, we people are still growing ahead. Now India is, I think, in the name of Indian population, you can understand the growth. Now let's come back to the use. We don't take the tangible benefit. We always speak of tangible. There is two benefits: tangible, intangible. Tangible where we can take the money. Intangible where money is not counted, like oxygen. When you think of the trees, how much oxygen we inhale? Could we think? You can see intake is 8 liter per minute. We take 8 liter air, not oxygen. 8 liter air. Inside air we have how much oxygen? This is just 20%. I'm just intake, inhale, exhale. Ultimate, we have 0.4 liter per minute, 0.4 liter oxygen we inhale. And daily we inhale 576 liter of oxygen. Why I'm telling all this? You can see a tree gives 0.16 liter per minute oxygen. So we have calculated this. Ultimate, we need 2.5 trees. One person need 2.5 trees. Then only we can survive. We are so lucky in Arunachal Pradesh, Northeast. When we take the air, we feel so nice. You stay in Delhi one day. The oxygen content is so less there in metropolitan cities. Here oxygen content is too much. So those people are surviving there. We people is still there. Oxygen contents are different in different places. Now let's come to the tangible. Let's convert to money. You can see 576 liter. 3 cylinders we need. You go in hospital, then hospital. 3 cylinders you inhale a day. And government subsidy rate is 1200 a cylinder. So we inhale 3,600 rupees. You think of Corona when your cylinder was sold in lakh rupees. This per day, free of cost, we inhale 3,600. In a year, we inhale 30 lakhs rupees. Why don't we think all this? This is very important. But nobody takes care of this environmental benefits. So what we do? We are busy in cutting down the trees for the use, for the demand, for the global population. But no, there are a lot of agencies which are planting also. I'm not telling it is total deforestation, but a minor change, a small change. When you cut down some trees, a small change causes a very big effect. It doesn't seem as a big effect, but it's a big effect. Now, in our place, not only deforestation, on the other hand, we have development. Development. On the cost of what? On the cost of forest. Even if it is not on the cost of forest, people are making manufacturing lot of things now. You see that last 150 years, 178 billion tons of carbon dioxide we have released in the atmosphere. 150 ton of carbon. You know what is carbon? I'll tell you what is carbon. Carbon is like a villain. Now how I'll tell you, this you can see, 6 billion tons are being added each year. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it is coming in the atmosphere. Carbon in the atmosphere is very, very dangerous because it persists in the atmosphere for long years. What does carbon do? Carbon captures all the heat energy. Carbon captures all the electrons which comes from the sun, strikes in the air. When it goes back, carbon will catch. It catches all the heat and makes a layer that is called greenhouse. It doesn't let the heat which enters here, it doesn't let it go out. So we have a greenhouse effect that is called greenhouse gases. Too much hot temperature. You can imagine you ask your grandpa in Arunachal there was no fans. Last 20 years. Now we have AC, we cannot survive. Temperature is rising 1 degree, 2 degree every year. You can see this is called global warming. This is one of the causes which is causing endangered. It is not a small change, it is a big change when we think that it is every day, it is rising, but we don't think. We keep on releasing carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is very dangerous for us. In case of global warming, when you think when this ice melt in polar region, what it does? It rises your sea level. It makes your land squeeze down. Secondly, this ice where it was there, it will not go back and become ice. These are very dangerous. It has a lot of vulnerability, either too much drought, like it will cause major livestock failures, crop failures, because global warming, you don't know. Rain will come when it is not expected. High temperature will come when it is not expected. Flood, these storms will come when it is not expected. Forest fire will happen when it is not expected. Then what will you do? These things are there. These things are giving loss to your biodiversity, to even humankind also. So that is what we have to think. Now let's come to here. Well, speaking here, it is here where हम लोग मूवी में देखता है, पिक्चर में देखता नहीं, यहाँ पे देखिएगा. This is the place. You can see a Google map. This is somewhere. This is JNC. This is a road to Nari somewhere here. This is some place. I don't know the name. That's up. What's the name here? Pagla Nadi. Pagla. You can see Google map. Everybody can see this. Pagla Nadi. Everybody can see from the Google. You can see. I'm going close. More close. See. This is a place, they wash under the road. If you assume, if village is here, what will happen? This is a big torrent, started from here. A digger started from the top hill, maybe any cause. Maybe some cause happened due to this erosion, this slowly you can see. From the top view, I click the photograph. All this is a torrent. It doesn't stop. Erosion happens, see, nicely. So this is the condition. I mean to say that it can happen anyway. We have to think. You have to be aware about all these things and think, why? What is for future generation? What we'll we are keep on exploitation, we keep on doing, keep on taking everything for the natural resources. What is for the future? What is for the future generation? Let's come from the top now. You see, this is the world. We have to think, this is common. Oxygen is common for all. Temperature is common for all. This entire world, we have how much forest area now? We are having 4.6 billion hectares. What is 4.6? It's just 31% of the total geographical area. Means 31% of the forest area is there thanks to Canada, thanks to American people. Still the forest there, it is there. These people are still a lot of forest, which forest is very important because they store carbon. I'll come to carbon again. Why carbon? You see, a person has 0.52 hectare of forest when we divide per capita. Okay, then you see that forest covers approximately how much? 31% of the forest, 31%, and among that one, this America, this is tropical. Tropical have a very good tree cover because this is tropical. We don't expect more of the forest in the temperate, but still, thanks to Russia, thanks to Canada, they have a lot of good forests. If they cut down, what will happen? If they go for development and cut down all the forest here now, what will happen to us? It's very difficult to survive. Then let's come to India. After the world, this 31% of the forest in India, we have only 2%. Of the 31%, only 2% is contributing to India, and maximum is in the northeastern or this Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Manipur, all this northeast. We have in the maximum. You see, this is a tropical area, and among the tropical area, tropical rainforest is very important. It's a biodiversity. In tropical rainforest, you have lots of animals, fauna, lots of flora, which have a rich biodiversity. That we have to understand. Okay, and this is only 2% of the land surface. Okay, let's come to the what happens now. Every year, red color, you see, the forest is going down, dwindling. Every time deforestation is happening. How much? Loss of forest is 178 million hectare. You can see that how much. This is a small one table to show you that tropical countries, deforestation minus 14.2. They plant only 1.9. Ultimately, still getting loss. Let's come to non-tropics in temperate. Still we are in plus. It means total. Still in the total, we are planting less, cutting more. Planting less, cutting more. In India, let's come. We have forest department. Nah? In IFS, you compete and you have a forest department. So good forest department we have. Even people, NGO, like environmentalists, people are there to work, plant lagao, bricks lagao. We started our forest in 1987 was 19.49% of the forest of geographic country in India. See, we increased. See how much we increased? This is my increase. By 2017, we have 24.939%. By 2019, we have 25. This now we are having 24.62% of the forest of the total geographical area. We need 33%. Target from National Forest Policy is 33%, and we are reaching to 24.62. Means in 34 years we increased 2.22%. 34 years it takes us to increase only 2%. When we will reach 33%, we are increasing. Population is increasing. How we will reach to 33%? I think it is impossible. Still, we need to increase. This is a target because the world has 31%. Otherwise, all will have to take the responsibility for this one. Okay, now let's come. What to do for endangered species? What to do for endangered species? See, there are some points we'll take care. First is, we'll produce planting stock, and this is by research. We have different departments, zoology, botany, and other. We will try for research and make a planting stock of what? Of only endangered species is very important, because endangered species says still there is time. Abhi bhi waqt hai. Then retain natural. After planting stock, you put it back in the forest, those species. Then domestication of those species. Then in situ, ex situ conservation of those species. Then food chain is important to maintain the food chain. What is food chain? I'll come to that. Then other are deforestation, policies, awareness, fast food forestry, zero net deforestation, number 4 and 5, I'll let you know. What is this number 4 and 5? Now let's come. How to do? This is our country. We need 33% of the forest. Our demand is more, production is less. Then what we need to do? We need to stop, because this has carbon. This is full of carbon. What is carbon? I'll let you know. Wood has carbon. Wood has, see, cellulose. Cellulose has carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, means it has a carbon. So we need to stop this one. We need to stop the deforestation. That is very important. What I'm saying, carbon sequestration, carbon. Photosynthesis. What happens in photosynthesis? I think you've heard carbon sequestration. It's nothing. It's a photosynthesis. You see, when photosynthesis, what happens? It takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, it takes water from the soil, and with the sunlight it produces what? Glucose. Glucose has CHO. CHO is converted to sugar is converted to cellulose. CHO, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Carbon is there. Carbon is there in the wood. The more tree we grow, the more carbon we capture from the atmosphere. And that tree means what? It has 50% of the carbon. If it weighs 1 quintal, then 50 kg is carbon. The more tree you go, the more carbon you capture. The more carbon you capture, then less carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere. You can cool down your earth. I mean to say, wood growing is very, very important. Now, this is one topic. If somebody is interested, I'll not take much time. We call it carbon trading. If you're smart enough, you can do business. Carbon trading is growing the trees. Growing the trees from the developed country will pay you. This is the developed country. You will emit carbon dioxide. It is from Kyoto Protocol. This carbon, you put some trees in your India, this carbon is sequestrated here. Ultimately, you are storing carbon here. This company will pay to you. This carbon, I will not go detail on this one because I have only 15 minutes. So I'll finish in that one only. So this is called carbon credits. 1 CER is equal to 1 ton of carbon. You will get one certificate called CER, Carbon Emission Reduction Certificate. If you grow tree of 1 quintal of 1 ton, you get 1 CER. It may be $10, maybe $50, maybe $60. You can do business on this one. Okay. This is called carbon trading. I'll go in detail. It is simple that this is a joint implementation. This is the developed nation. This is a developing nation like India. Here they will emit, because those people have a lot of industries, they emit a lot of smoke. In place of them, you will grow some trees, you get money. This is carbon trading. I'll not go in detail on this one. So this is next. It will take a lot of time if I let you go. Now, I told to save the endangered tree species. 2 things are important again. This is very important. Why? Because global population is growing. The demand they are fulfilling from the natural forest. When they go for natural forest, they will cut down a lot of trees. They will harm. You will remove some forest area or jungle. Not only trees are gone, and the fauna is also there. Okay, they will also be wiped out. So what you do for that demand, you call it wood forestry. This is very good. Fast wood forestry means planting those fast growing trees like poplar, like eucalyptus, like acacia. They are so fast, within 20 years, you can grow and fulfill the demand of paper, pulp, and so on and so on. So the growing population. Okay, this is called poplar celebrities. You make plywood of this one. This is it. They are making veneers. They can making plywood. This is acacia mentioned. Very fast growing tree species. This is also for making plywood and paper and pulp. Okay, next is zero net deforestation. This means still the industry, if they want to do or clear some area for the development activity, that area is forest area, means now the same area they have to plant some other species. This is also a rule and it is compulsory for those to plant some species on that one. Zero net deforestation. These are the terms, these are still existing and we should know. Then only we can implement, like fast wood forestry, net zero deforestation. All these things when we do, ultimately now we have to come for food chain. This food chain is important for saving the endangered species. What is food chain? For example, I am giving one example for food chain. Okay, I will not give the, I'm not allotting much time, so I am living fast. Everybody know this bird, a very beautiful bird. This has a magnificent, what you say, wings. It has a very good tail. This is the only bird with eyelashes. This is hornbill. You can see the magnificent, beautiful bird in nature, and it is called farmer of the forest. This bird is the only bird which can disperse the heavy seed of the forest, farmer of the forest. This bird eats the food and disperses in kilometers. Those big trees, because dispersal mechanism for small trees can be by wind, but heavy cannot be by the wind. So God has given this hornbill. This is also state bird of Arunachal Pradesh, but they are having some unique feature. They are a monogamous type, means they are very loyal. This male will attract female by giving fruits, and then in some high tree they will find some nest, and then female will stay inside, buried inside, and the male will feed food to the female for 3 months. Okay, and 3 months continuous they will give food, and she will wait for the food. But finally, what happens? Because it lays 2 eggs, maybe 1 chick a day. In a full season, only 1 chick is there. So female is inside, the small kid is inside, and the male is to bring the food for the morning, evening, day, tap that trunk and give the food. But what happens? It has been pushed, it has been killed outside. The male and the female keep on waiting. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, finally female also dies inside the nest, and the chick also dies. So this is how, what is this? How food chain breaks. You know the species, tapel. This is called Fubicupriana. This species, or there are a lot of species, I'll let you know, which it eats and gives. Just because of this species, we cannot spread this species in the forest. And this is one of very economical tree species. Okay, so you know this species is very costly also, no? Tapel. Okay, but we are trying. Now what do you need to do? We need to conserve those nests. We need to take those nests and conserve it. And not only conserve those nests, we also need to do something, take the seed, do some treatments like what I've done. I've taken the seed, depulped it in a lukewarm water and get germinated and then plant it in the forest back. This is Phobigoloparensis, balsam, similar like tapir, very good timber, and it is endangered. This is also endangered. Now what we need to do is, we also tried 0.5% gibberellic acid. Just you can germinate this one. Okay. Some researchers, we have done it. We have to take it out, naked, and then we have to put in gibberellic acid, it germinates. Because to germinate this one is not easy. See, when you germinate laipata, throw it, it will come out. These are not laipata. These are tree species. They don't germinate. They have a lot of inhibition. They have dormancy. So these are the things you have to learn and do. Researchers, just I'm telling you, this is Silum, Canadian strictum. All of you know Dhunam. This is also in danger because people should cut down for that gum. And it is girdle and it dies. So what you need to do, what we tried in our research, we have taken nitric acid for 10% nitric acid for 12 hours, stir it, and then we take it out, this hard one, we should take it out directly, because to take it with, either you have to eat or you have to eat difficult. But 10% nitric acid for 12 hours, you can take it easily and it germinates. So this is how the research you have to do. You have to find the new ideas to redeem it back. Let's come to Michael Champa, Tita Champa. Again, very plus pick up time. कितना ले होता है 5 मिनट 5 मिनट. Then this is Tita Champa. This also you can do by generally acid. One I'll tell you, this is a ritual hunting which we should avoid also, because for marriage in many places here we need to give this flying squirrel after hunting, isn't it? But this squirrel again has a food chain. What food chain? This squirrel is been hunted, but this is one species called Phola, Morus levigata. Very economical, very costly species. They don't germinate naturally. They can only germinate when this squirrel eats the food. Only the squirrel like the fruit of this one. When they eat this fruit, because this fruit is not so tasty. Only that squirrel is to eat. Whenever it does excreta, it germinates. Just because of endangered of the squirrel, this species has vanished out. Okay, we need to understand the food chain. This Morus levigata we have done it. So this is student doing some work on Morus levigata, and what we did, we took some gibberellic acid, we depulp the seed, and then for 5% we have grown. You can, it is in the paper published, you can see, okay? Then you can germinate and you can grow this and you develop a nursery and then put in the forest. So you are redeeming it back. So similarly we have species like, I'll come to one more species. This is one species in your, this is some girls hostel in JNC there. Na? 2 trees are there, only 2 trees are there. And 2 trees are Mebu. All is cut down, it's called Jutli. This is one species called Altingia excelsa. All of you see, girls hostel, वो 2 पेड़ है वो पे सर. Jutli का सिर्फ वहीं पे है. और कहीं नहीं है. यहाँ पे मेबो में 2 पेड़ है, वो भी कट गया है. This is again endangered, it doesn't germinate because it has lot of sterile seed. Only 2 seeds in one pot. In one pot, 2 are only fertile. So this is major problem, how to come up. So what we did aloe vera. We tried. So you can try. We did aloe vera pulp and then we put the seed inside it and then it germinates. It germinates. So this is how the research and how the things you have to find out and see the seedlings coming up. Okay. So this is the same research. I don't go. One more, Castropsis megacarpa endangered. Amke. You go in the market, kitna sa bhag, kitna ka 100 rupees ka. Very nutritious. But it doesn't germinate. Endangered. Very difficult to germinate. So this one also, we are trying now. We are going on this species. Okay. This is that Amki. Then similarly, this is one more very important species of Arunachal, now totally white. Due to illegal cutting of this species, the rich men want to make the house of this species, who is very rich, flooring, everything. Why? This is called Gonsorai. Heard this Gonsorai. Gonsorai is one species. This species, I'll just let you know, this one my student working on this one. This is a seed. Timber is highly fragrant timber. Timber has lot of oil content. If you make the house of this one like this with Gonsorai, only rich people can make. Crorepati bana sakta hai isko. Because these trees are not available. Totally, I think it will go to extinct. This is the time we should wake up and make the species. Now this, you make the house of this one. Sorry. It's like heaven. But this is not available. So all these things, this is oil you can make. It is very, very costly oil of this one. So this is what we are trying to make. Last 1 minute I want to finish. 1 minute ka zarur chahiye. I am here to enlighten you for endangered, how to conserve it. Lot of endangered. This is just a few examples. You know, forest is very important for our life. It is a home for animals. It is a home for fauna, flora. And if you break one food chain, other species wipe out. Like I told you of Morus one, I told you of this species. Now what I want to say, this is nothing. It is Dr. Suzanne Simard has given one. How we people communicate, how forests are like we people. We have to understand forest. For example, I've just shown a small clipping. You see those trees in the forest have mycorrhiza. All you know mycorrhiza? Mycorrhiza have mycelium. Mycelium are connected. One mycelium connects the tree and other mycelium connects the tree. Inside the earth there is a optical fibers, like we have telephone. There are optical fibers inside the soil. We don't understand. One tree communicates with other. Like हम एक दूसरे से फोन में बात करता है, लोग भी बात करता है. How they talk? How they talk is by mycelium. Now I will tell you what is mycelium. You see, this is a root. This is a cortex. This is mycorrhiza. They will give phosphorus, nitrogen, and they will take sugar from the tree. These all taking and giving is a communication. These are the signals which has been communicated with each other. See, one tree is communicated with other tree is communicated with other. Full wood wide web is communicated. And if one tree goes disease, this communication is being sent here and it is communicated by mycorrhiza and the other get other defense mechanism come. I think one of the citrus was telling like that. Okay, so similarly you can see tree are giving what? Tree are giving sugars, taking what? Taking phosphorus, nitrogen, and this is the communication among the mycorrhiza, mycelium from one tree to another to when a web becomes. They communicate with each other. They talk with each other. But we don't understand. What we need to do is this last picture I want to share with you. There's a time for our population to come together to support the endangered species. We cannot ignore. Because if one species has been lost, either flora and fauna, whatever you do, put thousands of tree species, that species will not come back. That animal will not come back. So thank you very much.